Hello, this is Lisa Russick with the podcast We Are All Psychic, and guess who is back? And you know we love her. You listen to us if you are on Facebook Live, paying any attention to us. You've seen us fiddling around, and we hope this works out. We are doing a live podcast on Facebook. But first of all, Barbara, do you still think or know we're all psychic?
I know we're all psychic.
Know it! She knows it. She knows it. Do the dance. Do the dance. I love it when people say they know it because it's really cool.
Yeah, it's really true.
It's really true. So, listeners, yes, she has been on this podcast many times. If you are new to the podcast, Barbara With is a channeler, and she has channeled many spirits. If you listen to her first podcast, she talks about how she became a channeler and all the good stuff like that, and all the different kinds of spirits and types of famous spirits she's channeled, and how she even tried to start doing that. But what she's mainly known for and what she loves to do the most, it seems like to me, is channel Albert Einstein. But first of all, I was really excited to talk to Barbara again because I've never channeled. And I think after our last podcast, maybe a couple days later, I was doing a reading. And, something with me is when I'm around somebody who does something a lot energetically, I kind of suck it up, learn it. And listeners and watchers, I'm going to make this a video on Spotify if it works out. And I did kind of pick up somehow something about how you channel, Barbara, because I was doing a reading and was talking with spirits, and this one spirit just kind of let me know it would be a lot easier this way. It's how he put it. It's be a lot easier, and you know how now. And I'm like, I do, and it's just kind of like, try it. And I was like, okay. And I did. And listeners and watchers, from my experience, I was in there. And it was kind of like what I said to you in your last podcast, a chat with Al 3. I said it felt like you moved to the side, because that's what it kind of felt like. My solar, like I kind of moved to the side and I'm like still in here, but I'm like on this side or something. And this person's talking and saying these things. And it's kind of like channeling. And speaking with spirits anyway, I don't always remember it unless it's for me. But in this case, I could hear it all. I knew, but I wasn't. I could take it back over anytime. I want to make that big impression. That's very interesting. I didn't know I could just be like, boop, get out of here easily. Easy. I mean, I don't know if there's some that are harder, maybe, because I haven't done it again. But then I told her about this. I texted her the next day because it happened, of course, in the middle of the night. And she's like, wow, that's great. And so I finally got to talk to you about it today. So, and then what did you tell me that you have
What?
been with your
Oh,
channel, the class you've been teaching?
yes. I'm doing a 6-week how to channel class over Zoom. It started on the 11th of January. I don't know when people are listening to this. Well, if they're on Facebook, it's
Right?
today as
Meow.
well. And I like to work in small groups. So I only have 3 people to a class.
Okay.
And it's so exciting because I haven't taught this class in a long time. And it's the first time that I've really taken it on. And the 3 women, they have to be women who are participating, are fairly connected anyway, like yourself. It's not,
Someone who's
we
been
didn't have
working
to,
with the energy and has some
yeah. And you know what channeling is. And, we're not starting at, okay, what
protection.
is
Yeah.
channeling?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
spirit? But we covered all that. But it, as often happens, as you can see with your experience of channeling, that it takes its own turn and it says its own stuff and
Yes.
it comes out. And I'm surprised at
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
coming out.
There's
So,
words I didn't know coming out, like names, not names,
exactly.
but words, like strange words, phrasings, like, you know, lingo, stuff like
Did
that.
you know who it was, or do you think you knew who it was?
Oh,
Just
I
a
knew the
spirit?
spirit who I was talking to. She told
Oh,
me
okay.
who the spirit was. We bring the spirit. When I do mediumship readings, usually they ask for this person, and that
Oh, okay.
here. And he was just like, "Look, it's a little." The spirit said to me, "It'll be a lot faster this way." Kind of like, but I don't like. I'm saying he said it like he's in the room, but that way I experience interacting with spirits is like I kind of feel like they're somewhere in the room, and then I kind of identify where that feeling is, and then I see him in my mind's eye, and it slowly
Exactly.
comes together. And then sometimes the clothes come first. Sometimes jewelry comes through a lot for me because I'm a jeweler. I don't know, maybe that's it, but it always has. Jewelry's always been really personal to me. If I touch
Mm-hmm.
someone's jewelry, it just feels personal. And and that's how that went down. But usually with the spirits, it's just different, and it drops in as information, and it's as though a movie or a dream happened like that, and it's all there. But I acted out like it happened, but it kind of did. You know what I mean? That's like a translation of what happened.
And how did your client feel about it?
She cried.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think it is there's a something very um sort of beyond our thinking when we channel. It hits it like a truth in here. And it's not that
I think you're
when you're
right.
when you're doing mediumship, you're not it's not that you're not hitting the
We
truth.
don't
It's
have the
just
words that they understand the context to, that the people they
right.
are talking to do understand the same context to those words as the person who's sitting.
Well, and if that person who you're channeling is close to the person who's seeking, then that energy and that vibration that
Right.
they're sharing your vocal cords and they're sharing your energy. It's like I told someone I had a client and they're like, you're, some spirit couldn't show up in whatever, the non physical afterlife, whatever, and pretend to be your grandmother
Right.
who you knew, you would know, even if
Yeah.
it's in
You could
spirit,
sense something weird
you
was
would
going
know.
on here. Yeah.
Yeah.
You trust that
So,
intuition. Yeah.
so when they connect so, viscerally with emotion to the responses, yeah,
Yeah. That's
so
really
it's a
cool.
good connection.
I
Well, good
love
for
it.
you. I'm excited for you.
Well, thank you. It was really a cool experience, and I'm looking forward to another opportunity to try it. But I think it'll probably happen the same way, kind of organically in a reading when I'm like gonna trust that spirit, trust this client, or whatever, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. But I'm really glad I got to experience it. So, Barbara, would you like to invite Mr. Albert Einstein into the
Yeah. Let's bring him in.
podcast? Okay. Do you want to leave the
Okay.
video on this time, or do you want to turn it off? Or
Well, what do you think?
well, we're live. If you're not embarrassed to have your eyes closed, then I'll close my eyes
Well,
too.
I can, no, you don't have to, but yeah. So let's go ahead and just make a space so that we will command that only the most divine light shine down upon you at this time and the greatest good be present here. We are delighted to be here with you today again. There's always so much we could talk about. And we would love to open up with your questions. And because surely we can talk
Well,
for a
we could
long
always talk.
time.
We
Yes.
could always talk. And of course, my phone closed and my questions I had pulled up while you were introducing yourself to me, like not introducing yourself, but saying, "Hey, Al. Hey, Lisa. You did it much better than I would have. Thank you." And by the way, listeners and watchers, if you haven't heard us talk, he told me just to call him Al. So,
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, Dr. Einstein, I didn't know what to call you. And you just said, call me Al. So, and if you don't understand what's going on right now, Barbara With is channeling the spirit of Albert Einstein. So she looks like Barbara, but Albert Einstein's spirit is in there talking through her. So, first of all, I really want to talk to you about something that happened to me last night and a little bit about the dreams we have. I want you to help me and us understand what dreams are. But I want to tell you what happened first. I was asleep, and around a little after midnight, I heard someone whisper, "Hey," and I was asleep and it woke me up. But before I opened my eyes, I said, "Hey." And then I opened my eyes and I looked around and there's nobody in the room. And I was like, that's weird. Maybe it was a dream, but it didn't feel like a dream at all. And my cats weren't in the room. And then I felt like there was a presence there. And I was very scared. And I had to go running around the house for a little bit and get away. And then I went back to bed. But and then I had many vivid dreams. So one of the things a lot of people talk about with their psychic abilities is it starts with dreams. A lot of people, their first experiences are dreams. Um, what are they about, and where's the line between reality and dream? Do you know? Can you tell us that?
Well, that is not just a simple question. You're talking about the very fabric of reality,
Really?
of physical experience, of the entire operating system. Where does reality begin, and where does a dream begin? Where do they interface? Because within your operating system, you have these different um, centers of energy in your body, and you know them. You've got an intellect, you've got an intuition, you've got emotion, you've got the body, you've got the way that the spirit operates within the physical world, and then you have the way the spirit operates in the non-physical world. So when you are asleep, it's giving your physical world in the lens a an opportunity to not have to focus on the physical world. Because when you open your eyes and you're walking around in your body in a day, that focus that you have on the physical world, seeing the world, that is a huge amount of energy, a huge amount of energy that you don't comprehend when you're doing it, because it's just what you know. You're alive,
Yeah.
you have your body, you're going around. But it's behind the scenes, and how it's all being created is the miracle that life is. So when you shut your eyes, now your energy is free to not have to be engaged in creating that reality, and can free itself to explore the non-physical or the afterlife or the energy, whatever you want to call it. And what's happening with you is, and this is tied into the experience that you had channeling the spirit, because you are elevating yourself. 2025 for you is going to be an elevation of your capacity, and you're being uh up leveled, as we might say, from all of the work and all of the psychic connections that you've had in the way that you have up until this time. And now you're expanding, and the channeling was a prelude to it. And
Cool.
the voice of
It didn't seem mean or anything. It was just I actually heard it,
yes,
with my
and
ear ball.
it's the interface between that non-physical reality and the physical reality, in the night, in the dark, coming up from a sleep into physical reality. You caught the spirit and the essence.
It was
uh
saying hey to me, whatever it was. I felt like someone astral projecting, honestly, because I have had people astral project into my space before, Al, and I would eventually see them or see them right away. I'd feel them first, and I'd kind of like they look like they're in a little bubble or haze, and I don't always make out what's in there, and I see it with my mind's eye, but I can tell and I can push them out. Stuff I've talked about that with other people on the podcast, as I'm sure you know everything. But
well,
it is interesting that you say that, because a lot of things have been accelerating to the point where I'm just so used to the weird, I don't think about it much anymore. You
yes, and that's the advantage that you have, is that you're not startled by it, you're not freaked out by it, you're not dissettled by it. It's really it's still, as you say, it has a weird phenomenon to it, but that's
I
a
like
weird
it.
that you can do. Yes.
I like the weird. I mean, that's why I pursued this kind of interest in lifestyle and spirituality and energy work and all of this stuff out. I have a question for you also. Another question. When you say we, when you're talking about you, what do you mean? Who are you? We.
Well, there is much more to the information and the energy that comes through Barbara that I am representing than that is just me.
Okay.
I can't do this without her. So there's a we,
Yeah. Yeah. And think
but
of that.
also there's a collective consciousness of the work that we have been doing here. And much like your experience with your channel, where you perceived this request, so to speak, of coming through of the spirit, um, this is what happens with us, is that it's me. I'm the ringleader. I am the uh, project manager, perhaps you could call it. But there's so much profound information that we draw upon that the credit really has to go to the collective consciousness in that sense. And also, even when you call in Albert Einstein and the party, there's some sneaking around of other spirits who come in to
I know they're
share
always
and come
around.
out.
They're
Yes,
always around.
yes.
That's fun. I love it.
Mhm.
That's it. Is something I'm interested in about is the astral plane, but I think we'll save that for another day. Maybe you can discuss that one with me. Um, so for now, I guess, is there anything you'd like to say to all the people who are live, maybe possibly listening on Facebook, or anybody who listens to this podcast after this time, before this time? I don't know. Whenever somebody might hear this, what would you like to tell them?
Well, we would just say that this time on the planet of 2025, this is such a pivotal time, and it's eh, decidedly can be an incredibly confusing and transitional time. Things that you thought you knew are no longer as assured as you anticipated, and things that you didn't think you knew, you're discovering that you're finding out how much you actually know.
Yeah,
And
remembering.
there's a there's a challenge for humans to accept the power that they have. And you're in this transition period where humanity is moving away from, as a species, being victims,
Yeah.
to standing up and exploring, like you are, like Barbara does, like so many out there do, exploring what power do you have to influence your own life.
Yes.
And this is a year where all humans are going to be challenged to do that, to pick up their power, to go deeper within, to learn who they are, because that journey of discovery has a profound effect upon what goes on around you.
Yeah. We're all connected.
And
Yeah.
yes, so people are drawing those correlations between, okay, you're not a victim, you are creating your reality from within. And of course, we in our work show you how that's done. But then you have to decide that you're going to own it, to use it, to explore it, to develop it. You make that free will decision, or you don't. And you will live by your decisions. You will reap the benefits or
Take
the
responsibility. It sounds
yes, for those things.
yeah.
And also at the bottom of that is that as hard as it is these days, because there is such division between people right now, on political sides and the scientific or not scientific sides, the religion or spiritual sides, to really unify the idea of humanity as one family, and everyone is an aspect of everyone else. And so how are you going to love? How are you going to love yourself? How are you going to love humanity? And how are you going to, what are you going to give to the world while you're here? And those are things sometimes people think about what the world's going to give to them. But we're suggesting this is maybe a time to turn that around and have a new relationship to yourself and the world.
Beautiful. I remember in our first interview, Al, you had said that compassion has a vibration. Um, does love have a vibration?
Yes, everything has a frequency and a vibration.
When I was in audio school, I got really interested in resonance and how that works. And I kind of was of a thought that the reason things happen is because something changed rather than, you know what I'm trying to say? Time occurs because things change rather than time happens and things change because of it. And that's kind of where resonance took me. But what I'm getting at is if we all had this resonance of love and compassion, if we could tune into those frequencies of within our energetic bodies, could we all resonate with each other and have that kind of place, a utopian, whatever you want to think of that feeling like, if it's good, we could all resonate with love and heart and compassion in those frequencies.
Yes,
Then would the world be
absolutely.
a happier place?
It
Yeah.
would be a place where peace and this inner harmony that you seek then manifests outside of you. So you all have the experience where if you walk in a room and you're resonating with anger and frustration and projection, you're going to have a very decidedly distinct experience in that room. If you come in and you are projecting love and compassion and kindness, you are going to have a much different manifestation. So it isn't really brain surgery, but people forget that they have that power and then don't influence it. Don't
And
don't
definitely.
exercise it.
And it's an energetic thing that you can actually feel yourself doing if you try. Feel yourself pushing it out, out to everybody. You can feel the resonance between people starting to sync up kind of with the energy. Now, this is just an example, Al, that I've noticed even since I was a kid. If there are a few people in the room and someone starts shaking their leg just a little bit, someone else might, or like their hand, and they all kind of do the same rhythm. And if someone comes in, it's like speeds up a little bit. Everybody kind of speeds up a little bit. The resonance thing again, just someone's energy coming into the room changes everybody's fidgets. It's kind of interesting to me. Is that how like some of the energy works pretty much? We all kind of just keep reacting and causing and stuff like that.
Yes, and partly because you are one being. So it isn't that you're separate beings and you line up and tune in and become.
Okay.
It's that you
Yeah.
already are one being, and the one powerful energy can align another one, and this also is contributes to when people go along with the crowd or go along to get along as well. There's
Yeah.
something to that condition that's also affected by that oneness and that resonance.
Yeah, I love that. That's so awesome, Alan. Thank you so much. I will let you get back to the ether. Say hey to we.
Namaste.
Appreciate you. Namaste. Thank you.
All
Thank you, Barbara.
right.
That was freaking awesome. I should say that to
Oh,
Al. Tell him I said it was for he knows. He hears
yeah.
me. Thank you, Al, again. But that was
Yeah.
really good. I loved everything you guys talked about. And I'm just like so excited about that conversation. I really hope everybody on Facebook got something out of that because I sure did. And I loved it. I think that was some like I'm really glad I prepared a few questions. And but that last one kind of just came up naturally, organically, I think, about
Well,
talking.
that was a good answer too about
Yeah, he
how
always does.
we
He ever not have a good answer? I mean, does he ever not?
no. And as I get older and I've been doing this for decades, it just gets better and better and better.
Yeah, yeah.
Lately it's been really, really powerful.
So cool, man. I guess even in spirit life, we continue to evolve our souls, maybe. Maybe. I
Yes, we
don't know.
do.
Sounds like we do.
I think so.
And with that, Barbara, I want to say thank you to our sponsor, Everclear, before we ask where everybody can stalk you. Because you did say we should stalk ourselves, but we should stalk you too, I think. In the last podcast, I think it was called Stalk Yourself.
Yes.
But first, I'd like to thank our sponsor, Everclear. Everclear is an advice app and website where you can get advice from psychics and empaths so you can get the clarity you need to create the life you deserve. And it is a website, everclear.com. It's an application on your phone, on your tablet. But you use your phone to call, or you can type, you can chat too. And Barbara, where can people find you? Where can they find you?
Oh, come on over to barbarawith.com. And that's BARBARAWITH, like the preposition, barbarawith.com. And everything that you want to know is over there. So
I love doing the interview of Barbara with, wait, Barbara with Barbara with. Yeah, like,
I know.
that like, chat with Al Four with Barbara with. It's like, what's
Well,
that? What?
and I want to extend my special to your listeners too. If somebody
Oh,
wants a reading, come on in, buy a half hour one, I'll give you an hour.
you heard it here. Do you have a code or anything, or just write you
I
and
don't. You
hey?
just reach out to me, say I saw you on Lisa's show and I want that half price thing, and we'll go from there.
That sounds perfect. I would do it. I probably will.
Okay.
And lastly, do you have any advice to anybody who is starting out? Maybe they've channeled and they didn't know it. Can you tell them, like, maybe, or they want to channel? And I feel like more of the people who have channeled and don't realize they're doing it and they're afraid of it. Do you have any advice for those people?
I would just say that um, to take it slow and to really use your discerning. It's no different than life, right? You get people who will rip you off, you get people who will love you, and you have to discern. So as you go into that space, just slow down, make sure you're grounded and start to learn. I went through some kind of hard knocks in the beginning. I
Yeah,
had
I did
some,
with
right?
spirit communication too. Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we learned. It was because we had to learn. Our egos had to be put in place, and so don't be afraid of
Absolutely.
that.
Something did.
And I think it's where we're all going, is that the veil between the worlds is lifting, and it's
I hope
becoming
so. That's kind
much
of what
more
Al was
calm.
saying. He's saying everything's about to change a lot. So, and I've heard that
Yeah.
from a lot of people lately in the field, out of the field, saying they just kind of feel something coming. That's very interesting that you say that too. So yeah. And listeners and watchers and Facebook, if you're watching, thank you so much as always for watching and listening to We're All Psychic podcast. Misty couldn't make it tonight, but she will be back.
Mm.
We have podcasts all week. I think it was, and we do have a podcast posted that we did. I think I posted it yesterday with Misty, so enjoy that too. Everybody have a great time wherever you may be. And thank you, Barbara.
You bet. Thank you.
And peace out. We love you.